All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Kappa Season 4. This is going to be game number 2 of our series today, Execration versus Mineski. After a long, hard-fought game, Mineski took game 1, but Execration looking to seek some revenge. I'm Android, being joined once again by the one, the only, Trent Pax.
Dun, 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 dun.
What's up,
Wow.
boy?
Oh, not too much. Live in 5. Draft starting. Yay! All right. Goodbye, chat. Well, we're back. So yeah, sorry for the delay, folks, ladies and gentlemen, but here we are. Things getting mixed up a little bit here. We got the old classic starter, Life Stealer, and
First
then
ban
Earth Spirit
ABBA in
Legion.
SEA. Can we just get a big clap for that? That is
Yep.
new.
Yeah, that hero's deserving of it, honestly. He's earned it. He's done his time in the gauntlet of the Dota 2, the no respect gauntlet, I suppose. Well earned at this point. They will get themselves an Execration Classic at the very least, of course, but no DJ for it this time. It'll once again be a Bang playing on the Earth Spirit, at least we assume, and we'll have a Legion commander for them this time. So good against the Slardar Lifestealer. Abaddon is gone, as he said, but at least now they have pressed the attack, so another one of those strong dispels that can help stay people from stuns, and as well as just purge off the slow and the corrosive haze. It's going to be very obnoxious this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really early Legion pick, at least from what I've seen. Usually it's kind of that fourth, fifth, like, yeah, I guess we'll pick her up now. But, I mean, there's nothing really to lose. There's a couple of counters, but not something you really want to be forced into as Mineski, so...
Yeah. She doesn't give much away either. Like, there's... Maybe the only thing she could give away is she's not the strongest dual laner compared to, like, Centaur and Magnus or something. If you wanted to have one of those really obnoxious heals go up top of them, like Dazzler or Warlock or something, and they just camp the lane kind of stuff. But more than likely, she'll, of course, be alone or just heading into more of a soaking at the tower, jungling kind of an experience. Other than that, though, you just don't give away too much. She can also solo safe lane, so you might find yourself into like an aggro situation if you're worried about your mid lane, if you want to draw that Slardar more towards a tri-lane situation in the bottom. So I am okay with that early pick. We had quite a long time of teams just going Slardar Lifestealer as an opener, and at first it was very high win rate and it was doing very well, but slowly over time, at least in my experience and games I was casting, it started to do worse and worse because it was very predictable as to what you were trying to do, and so teams would try and just get these group up options going, like Dazzles and Juggernauts kind of stuff, and just once it hits like 15 minutes, just stay together, because the Slardar Lifestealer initiation is much worse when there's 5 heroes there.
Yeah, a little bit more difficult. Let's see, who's still...
I really think they should have banned Dazzle, but I can also understand, of course, getting rid of the Ursa and the Coddle, two very annoying heroes, but I think Dazzle's like the best hero against this strategy.
I think Dazzle Huskar is far overdue.
Annie, I know you want your Dazzle Huskar.
I want my Dazzle Huskar. You know, here's the thing. First, I started calling out mid Skywrath Mage, and then what happened at TI? We got a little mid Skywrath Mage action going on.
We had mid Skywrath Mage yesterday.
I know, and then I started calling out Terrorblade just a couple of weeks ago, and what starts getting picked up more and more? Terrorblade. And now I'm calling out my Dazzle Huskar combo. You just wait. In like 2 weeks, you're going to see that shit everywhere. It's going to metastasize, dude. I'm excited.
Well, I will be very excited if it does, because it was pretty funny to watch. Just not in pubs, but I'm okay with watching pro games.
Oh god, if it touches my pubs, I'm just out. I'm switching to League. I swear, I'm done.
They take the Warlock for themselves. Okay, good choice. Not too shabby. Gives them a little bit of a good team fight that they might want. Like if it's a perhaps a botched Slardar Lifesteal initiation. This is one thing. If you do initiate with this into like solo heroes, it's really good, but bad into a team. However, if you throw a golem on top of it while you initiate, that's okay into 5 heroes. That does work. So Execration. Now they have a little bit of a tougher call. Dazzle still pretty good, but they actually go for the Wyvern instead. Okay.
Is this like anticipating Amiibo? Like that's a interesting choice with all the support still in the pool except for Coddle.
if you think about how their ultis work against each other, though, it makes sense. Because Warlock, he wants to be in the back of the fight, and he throws out this golem, and the rest of the team closes in while everyone on your team is stunned on Execration. But generally, you want to be just as far away as Winter Wyvern. So once that drops, you can then throw in the Winter's Curse. And of course, Lifestealer builds these disgusting items that he will annihilate anyone next to him. So they jump, crush, Lifestealer pops out. If you curse the Slardar, Slardar is dead. He's going to get absolutely obliterated. You're going to give your team time to reset, and it even lets Legion find a good duel too. So someone like Dazzle would allow for the Grave to work during like the duel, which would be awesome for Legion Commander. But then they could have just went like Axe or something like that for Mineski. I guess they still could theoretically if they really wanted to. But oh
That's
my goodness,
play right there. That's not even like a last pick. Oh crap! All of the other heroes are banned in elimination mode. This is like an intentional Tusk pick.
Oh, so does that mean Slardar Core, I guess? That makes sense in some ways because that means that the Blink will come online earlier so he can rotate around with the Lifestealer. But a roaming Tusk. Wow. That's exciting. I love
Trent,
Tusk.
I think you're thinking too far inside the box. This is going to be a mid Tusk.
Mid Tusk. I would love it if it was the classic offlane Tusk as well. I would take that, but sadly, I don't think so. But he offers up the save. Actually, he doesn't offer up the save because that's actually kind of a weird pick.
I agree as well. I mean, it's a good vessel for Lifestealer. If Slardar is occupied with his own stuff, you just pop him into the snowball and blast him out. I mean, it's a very interesting choice, but also Winter Wyvern is, so I guess we're just shaking it up for game number 2.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because it works against duel, of course. You can still snowball and be very annoying there, but it's not going to do anything against the Winter's Curse. So you're picking a defensive support where there's two very clear goals here. Like Legion obviously is trying to duel, kill people, and get damage, and Winter Wyvern is trying to curse anyone near Lifestealer so they blow up. And you pick a roaming hero that, I mean, he's kind of more of a defensive roamer, so maybe that's why it's just like there's not many other people that can also roam while also having one defensive option, so at least he can stop the duels, but you're not getting someone that can stop both duels and the Winter's Curse killing your Slardar. Oh, there's another old Execration classic. When they had Gabby, they were even letting Nando play the puck in the past couple games I've been watching, so Nando has definitely upped his puck game, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really impressive when I've seen it. I want to say I've seen him go for the old early Dagon build. I remember feeling a little bit like, ugh, when I saw it, but I like it in this game. I think it can blast apart Mineski pretty easily, and I mean, there's always changing up as you go, reading the game. So I like this. Last ban against Execration. They still need their position 1. I mean, who jives really well with this duo?
I do like the jug. That would have been fine. Can't really disagree. More burst wouldn't hurt. Your safe lane's gonna be pretty safe. Oh, they actually just banned the Alchemist. Maybe they're not thinking Urs. Oh, Urs is banned out, right? They could, if they really wanted to, go Sven. He would offer a lot of armor up against the Lifestealer and the Slardar. He combos decently with the puck. Yeah. Sven Dota. I like it.
All right, Mineski, their last pick. They're still looking for their mid laner, unless we are going to do like a mid Tusk and just hurt the game of Dota 2 forever.
Ember?
Ember would be pretty good here. Invoker still available if they wanted to go for that, but against a Sven.
Ooh, I like that. The T-ball, Annie. Someone gets the cold embrace and you just sunstrike them. Oh, that's one of my favorite things in Dota.
It makes me
laugh.
Nice. It gives you that little moment of hope, like, oh, I'm being helped. I'm being held in place.
Oh, there's still Sniper.
There is still Sniper, but again, with the gap close of Puck, that's a little more difficult to deal with.
Yeah. It's like, I guess it comes down to what do you value more? All right, they'll take the Ember. So this is the matchup versus like I feel like Ember still wins the matchup versus Puck. So does Sniper, obviously, but the Ember is going to be much more survivable than the
Trent, we're going to go with some basic properties of physics right there. Fire is going to melt ice. So
makes sense.
So Mineski have a better draft.
I did snipe those last two. That was pretty good.
I'm very proud of you, Trent.
That was not bad. Sven and Ember, the first two heroes. You know, I always dig deeper though, just in case. But
you know, if I had called out that Tusk, would I have been a god to you?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, I would have fully praised you.
Well, too bad it wasn't even remotely on my mind. So, whose draft do you like better here? I mean, whose do you think is going to come online first? Who do you think is going to have stronger lanes?
I think Ember beats Puck, but there will be an Earth Spirit helping out, so that's just going to get all weird because there's also going to be a Tusk, and of course Puck is very survivable against Tusk because he's just going to orb away. Man, wow. Jeez, we have to go back into the heroes good against Puck mid, or good against Tusk mid. That was a old classic, right?
Oh
That was
my
like when Earth
God.
Spirit and Tusk used to be the big roamers, and we were picking Puck and Quap all the time.
That was like right when Earth Spirit came out, wasn't it?
Yeah, when he finally made it to captain's mode.
Yeah. I remember those days. That was some fun games to cast. All right.
I can't believe Monkey King made it in a shorter timetable than like Earth Spirit did. Like Monkey King actually got into captain's mode decently fast, considering. Especially considering how busted he was considered.
Let's just not talk about Monkey King. I need just, like, a trigger warning about Monkey King. I can't. Wukong's command is just bullshit. I'm sorry. It's just bullshit. Anyway, here we're going into
that Basher build. I do love it.
We're going into game number 2 of Execration versus Mineski here in the C Kappa group stages. Very heated game 1. Mineski taking the victory there, but I mean it really could have gone either way at multiple points in the game. So
yeah, it was closer than I think it should have been considering the lead they had. So impressive stuff from Execration, just not quite enough to close it out.
Man, Earth Spirit looks really cool. He's like half glowing. He's got like half the smoke on him right now.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
He's like coming out of a remnant form, basically.
Alright, so some TPs in. I think these are the exact same TPs we saw before. You know, just going around, scouting, getting some good vision. Pretty obvious ward spot. We'll see if it gets dewarded or not. We do have Nando coming in, just going to pop down a ward of his own, so I like these. I hope they stay.
I like how Nando was being told where to go by the Wyvern. He's just like, he pings this spot, he's like, no, ward here, and then he's like, no, walk back up this way. It was like drawing on the map for him. Didn't want him to run into anyone and give away the ward spot.
Yep. Ember Spirit starting out mid with that poor man's shield. I gotta ask, how much do you think the side shop nerf to the slippers is going to affect poor man's shield in the game?
It super sucks for carry players. I can understand why they're all salty on Twitter, but it's pretty friggin' funny, I have to say. In terms of pro games, it definitely is the biggest impact. I think in terms of pubs, it's just going to end up being super annoying. I think I tweeted within like 30 seconds about the courier, because I feel like in pubs, your courier is just going to be so obnoxious now. Because people with like Wraith bands and obviously just like building into the rings and everything like that is just ugh. I fear for pubs. Because and people are gonna be like, oh no, I think I do want a poor man's shield. And they're just gonna send the courier at like 1:30, and your mid hero is gonna cry, and your game's gonna be over.
Oh, that's what I did yesterday. I stole the courier from my mid, and we ended up winning because our mid was trash and I carried. But regardless, here we go. Puck gonna be matched up against the Ember. I mean, just I feel like Ember should win this. He can zone out the Puck pretty well, but I got faith. We've clearly seen that Rampo can handle himself mid lane. One against a sniper as a juggernaut, like that is not a super easy task.
Yeah, back when Ember was old school Ember, in terms of like Battle Fury and all that kind of stuff, and when we used to see him, at least, well, that was when Puck, I guess I should say, was more popular as well, but this used to be one of those matchups that was just hated by all Puck players. It sucks. They get this poor man's shield on the Ember, and he just walks up to you and puts the chains on you, and there's nothing you can do. If you don't manage to phase shift, and he happens to queue after, because once you're inside the chains, there's nothing, you don't have any options, so.
Trent, look at our boy up top. It's our off-lane Tusk back in the meta again. Raging Potato, he's doing it. He's dragging this guy back from the grave.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. I don't know how much farm he's going to get, though, to be honest. I assume they're going to give most of the gold to the Slider. I'm guessing this is more of just a who plays what kind of deal, but we'll see. I mean, he definitely needs some earlier items onto the Tusk. Like, if he wants to go for the Medallion, maybe is probably the build this game. Let's see. This is very exciting. All right, guys. Oh, Tusk is getting the last hit, boys. All right, we're in.
Got another one.
Yeah.
He's going for a
so
third.
I think they're giving it to him. Maybe he just gets laning items and then he gets less priority, but overall, I would guess they're going to be a lot closer than, you know, Legion and Earth Spirit, for example. Yeah. I would think Legion's going to have quite a bit more farm than Earth Spirit this game, and they'll try and keep it a little bit closer on the Slider and the Tusk, but...
Yeah, but right now, lane's going as expected. I mean, KYXY on the Lifestealer, definitely content just to sit back and farm till his heart's content. What's going to be the go point for both these teams? When are the rotations going to start? Is it items? Is it levels? Who wants to move around first?
Yeah, basically just all about that armlet on KYXY, I would guess. Move forward from there. Oh, so he started with a Blightstone from base. That's kind of a cool development.
Yeah, Slardar. Having some trouble dealing with this Winter Wyvern. She's been doing a good job spamming out those Arctic burns, definitely keeping Tusk under control, but look at that, he's farming so well. He's got himself 7 last hits.
Down bottom. Oh, the chain, there's one creep with a chain left on it, but you get Shrine. Nice. That was close.
Yeah, very, very close there. No one going down just yet, but does leave KYXY to get a little more free farm, and yeah, like you were talking about, early Blightstone start gonna make it really easy to dig in some harass, especially against squishy heroes like the Earth Spirit.
Now I'm sad I didn't see what his starting items were, but he had Tango Salve, Stout, and Blightstone, so I guess he probably just started with the Blightstone and then just picked up his Stout down bottom, but I mean, that's a good option, right? That was the other change, that now you can't just grab it in the middle of the laning phase, so it might be more beneficial to make sure you bring those Slippers and Blightstones with you to lane and just wait on your Stout shield.
I'm waiting for 7.04 where they just remove the side shop.
Wow, that'd be weird. It's just like a TP stand. That's it. Yep. Only TPs.
No, not TPs. That's
not
broken.
Even TPs.
You gotta fly in your TPs now. Up top, Raging Potato in some trouble. Gonna take that Arctic burn. There is gonna be a Sven stun, but nice snowball trying to bail him out. AU still getting slowed there. Takes some of that slash, and one more hit. It's gonna spell his doom. The Sven, he's still going. The Sven eats up a mango to go in for the Stormhammer. They will be able to find it.
That sucks, Andy. That's the worst.
He pinged the ward. He knew it.
Yeah, you're like, oh no, I did it. I'm alive. And then
you realize he's still got vision. He's got the mango. You see that Stormhammer coming for your face.
Oh, how depressing. Well, the snowball worked on the first Stormhammer.
It sure did, Trent.
You know, all you Tusk players out there, during that, what was that last event called? It wasn't Wraith Knight. It was fake Wraith Knight.
Dark Moon?
Dark Moon, thank you. Well done, Andy. You could snowball yourself as Tusk, and I was like, man, if you could do this, this would bring back Tusk. You could just, like, cast it on, like, a 0, like, just on yourself. You didn't have to cast it onto an enemy. It was amazing. You can even cast onto allies. It was cool.
All right, so while we got a little bit of downtime here, let's talk about Tusk's Aghanims upgrade, because I'm not feeling Walrus Kick. I think we need to up the ante a little bit. How can you make Tusk a spicier hero?
I don't know. I think Walrus Kick, there's something there. It's not quite right, but I like the idea of added mobility. I think it's kind of cool if you could make something that, the way that Earthshaker's Aghanims works, where he just gets this giant leaping thing. I think if there's something, I think you can do something there. And the kick, it's a little goofy, it's a little derpy, but I'm sure if they keep buffing it enough, eventually it's gonna be sick. I'm actually down with the kick, Annie.
I'm not down with the kick. I think it's just not a big enough change. I think you gotta make it crazy. You gotta make his Ags like worth playing Tusk to get his Ags, you know?
Tusk is always worth playing. Tusk's a good hero.
Tusk's a great hero. I mean, he's holding his own in the offlane against a Sven Wyvern. That is honestly not what I expected. I thought he was gonna need some help, need a little buddy system going on, but no, he's doing well. I mean, a lot of that is credit to Raging Potato just being a phenomenally skilled player in general.
I don't think Synderen would approve of this Tusk build.
No?
The 2-2-0 build in terms of like the early game.
No sigil?
You're in a game against Legion and Sven. So it's like the sigil seems to have a lot of value this game, and the way he's skilling right now, unless he just stops at 2 on a snowball, which would be fine, I would probably get a little bit worried. I don't think you get that much value out of snowball skills. The cooldown reduction is just way too little. You only get 3 seconds. And how often do you actually have people in a snowball when you go and attack someone? It's like so rare.
Yeah, that's fair.
But we'll see. Maybe he's thinking because the way that they're like a gang-centric lineup, he's actually going to get value out of it. But the points in Sigil are just disgusting. The way it scales is insane. Like level 4 Sigil, 60 move speed or 60 attack slow. You can't Roche if the Sigil's there. It's very good.
All right, so here's the play from Mineski.
All right.
They're gonna do the old rushing nesting doll. So it's gonna be Lifestealer gets Ags,
Right.
and then eats up.
He gets Ember.
No, he eats up the Ember and then hops inside the Slardar, and then they go into the Snowball, and then they just unload on whatever target they find. That's clearly the play. Don't forget the Radiance and the Lifestealer. Going back to Banana Slam Jamma days.
Damn straight.
Is that still a thing anymore? Because I haven't seen it in a long time and I miss it. Just Aura Lifestealer and hopping into some creeps and walking around.
The Pudge inside with the Agnums, that was good times, but
the Radiance infest a Pudge with Rot and just walk at people.
Yeah, no, sadly that is dead in the dirt, it would seem.
Gosh darn it. Bring it back. Any pro players are watching this, I want to see that again. That was fun to cast. Either way, both teams.
Top? Okay, I was gonna say Raging Potato is really deep here, but it looks like Cumulo's fine.
Yeah,
on the other side of the ice shards.
7 minutes in, not a whole lot of action. We had that one kill early on, and it looks like we might have a Legion pick in the jungle. Mushi leaving his mid lane. Really wants to find this. They do need to get on top of him pretty quickly, though. The Shrine gonna be up, and looks like Legion is not feeling too scared. Mushi's gonna bottle up an Invis rune, so.
Top lane, found Bimbo.
Hey, but look,
netted
Snowball.
And snowballed.
Too bad there's 3 heroes there waiting to punish him, and yeah, they get the kick, they get the whop, and that's gonna be Nando's 2nd kill of the game. So this Sven, even in the laning phase, already shaping up. Switching over to net worth, he's gonna be matching right up there with the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, and he was just in the jungle for a little bit too. Just getting his helm from the courier, killing a couple camps, and then Camille got some space up top, so Wyvern almost up into level 5. Having a good start. Gonna have 6 by the time they're rotating around with this Lifestealer, more than likely. Which is great for them. Bimbo does get back in time for a nice wave, though. Gets 2 range creeps, so very happy with this.
And so things staying under control. Slardar takes a shift in the mid lane just to get some more XP. He's only level 4 right now, and really would like that amp damage. Sorry, Corrosive Haze.
Ah, yes, of course. Get it right, Annie.
I'm so sorry.
Guardian Sprint every time.
If I ever say Guardian Sprint in a cast, I want you to just hit me, Trent. It's
no,
not.
Mott was on it. He's all about the Guardian Sprint.
He's saying Guardian Sprint instead of just Sprint.
It was pretty funny.
That's like
the Guardian Sprint. I liked it.
That's not even normal. All right.
Totally unnecessary, Annie. That's why it's good.
I like
All
it.
right, Puck, not having a fun game. This is like you look at it, it's like, oh no, he's got good net worth, it's fine. He's got the double null, but the problem is no one's doing anything. He's got this Veil, so like he's gonna have to be the active one. But when you're playing Puck, you want this idiot up here, this Tusk. You want him like in here doing this stuff. Then you TP and kill him. That's what a Puck does, right?
Are you having some fun scribbling on the map?
Oh yeah, I love scribbling all over the place.
Yeah, we're gonna have a first
He's already
gank.
smoked up. They're coming.
Yeah, here they go. Gonna be
Alright, Puck's Veil was a little faster, Ember.
Alright, there they go. They got him. Tusk, there's no way you can snowball out of this one. The chains come in. Sleight of Fist bopping around, but everyone's still feeling really healthy. And Mushi gonna pick up some last hits and walk away. Stormhammer there as Nando's gonna pick up the regen.
That
nice
is
move.
a Canadian cousin, Moosey.
Is Mushi?
Yeah.
It's early. Be nice. KYXY though, while all this is going on, he has literally no pressure in the lane, so he is just farming up a storm. He's very close to his armlet already.
Looks like we're gonna have another smoke, it seems, up top here. I would guess Ninja Boogie just gonna click that follow button on Tusk. Oh no, no, he's going top. He's got 6, does not want to smoke up with them though. Not best friends. Mushi trying another maneuver.
They're gonna be wrapping their way around, and Mushi's doing really well in terms of levels. He's level 9 at 11 minutes, which is pretty on point. Puck even one-upping him. So he's got all his remnants ready to go, and there we go. I don't think Legion gets out of this one. Yeah, she is just gonna get dropped. Teammates coming in though. Winter Wyvern thinking about going for the curse, but just can't pick a right target fast enough. And now Wyvern might actually be in some trouble there. Does have the cold embrace if needs to buy some time. And Legion's coming back in. That's a Winter's curse just to hold everyone back. Uses the cold embrace on herself. Now Nando moving forward. KYXY nibbling away at the dragon. We'll be able to find that. Oh, there we go. Snowball finishes the job. KYXY to escape. Tusk may trade his life for this. Arguably worth. I mean, he's juking and jiving. He's trying his best. He's got Snowball up in 5 more seconds. Puck moves in, and that is a very dead Tusk.
Oh, that was a close save. Almost from the Wyvern. If only she got there in time to save Legion on that initial initiation. Could have been a nice turnaround. KYXY does have the armlet now. A little bit of cash.
Oh, they're going in.
Just dropped the rock.
Yeah, Mushi's just ready to go, and that is a double dead Legion. She just respawned. Oh, one more remnant. Can they get close enough? She's going to be able to shrine. There is going to be a TP in from the Ember Spirit. They've still got the Warlock Golem to help them push this tower, but that was so close to being a huge victory for Mineski, and they aren't going to get what they need to out of that. It's a lot of heroes committed to this bottom lane. No one else farming anywhere.
Yeah, a little bit of a sad first golem, but there's only 4 heroes down bottom. Curse is back up in 5 seconds, though, so still a difficult push. And there's really trying to slow down this Legion commander, but it's not having that much of an impact. She's only 200 gold behind this Ember Spirit, and yeah, basically just tanked like 7 ultimates or something down here in between 2 lives, so kind of worth. Sven is starting to do those Sven things. We've had some more disappointing Svens lately just because they've always been forced to fight a lot earlier. This guy's getting some farm time, though. He's trying to be old school Sven, get a big lead.
Yeah, the kills have kind of walked to him. I mean, he's been doing a good job just keeping himself farming, but also just raking them in where they come. 2-0-1 for him so far. Just feeling no pressure, dipping off into the jungle, and
ooh, that ward got spotted.
Yeah.
So they know that's there. That's really good for the Dire.
Mid lane is going to be Slardar trying to get some levels in XP, and here we go. The Snowball comes in, will connect onto the Wyvern. She's got herself a cold embrace, but they can still eat right through it. Legion Commander temporarily held in place by the chains, and there is going to be a Winter's Curse right before Wyvern goes down, but unfortunately Legion not able to pick off any duels. Kick comes in, there's a nice Magnetize out from the Earth Spirit, but it seems like he is just in a very scary position and will be killed off. Meanwhile, mid lane, there's a good push coming in there as well. Slardar goes down. There's some freedom for Dire to go in and push. And yeah, they've got Tusk in the vicinity, but Tusk can't take on these 2 heroes alone. The Snowball comes forward. Nando, temporarily stunned in place, doesn't have mana for a Stormhammer. They bring in KYXY, but it's just to pick up the remnants of farm. Execration making a lot of space for themselves in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, not too bad. They're not losing too many of their core targets, just like that Wyvern down bottom, and that was a lot of resources spent there, so Nano just helps get the tower mid, goes right to the Ancients, almost on his way to Blink Dagger. He's going to have the old trio, the Helm, the Echo Saber, and the Blink. Yeah, mech build, kind of standard stuff for Tusk. They're going to be the eventual Greaves, just deal with the silence from the Puck and the Earth Spirit. Oh, Mushi, he finished up that Veil, but he's not really that close to bots, honestly. So, we're going to be a little slow around the map for now.
Top lane, Earth Spirit, he gets off a nice boulder before he goes down, but he's still out of there, and now all 5 Radiant heroes ready to push this top lane. Dire, they're going to take the hit and just group up all bottom, ready to go in for a tower of their own, so, you know, kill on either side, just slowly back and forth, slowly trading it out, getting their heroes up and strong. And I mean, if this goes pretty late and they keep up this pace of like a couple of pickoffs but not getting too far ahead in terms of kills and everyone just kind of avoiding themselves, who's stronger?
Yeah, it definitely looks like that would favor the Dire side at this point. But the momentum is picking up. AU's about to grab his Blink Dagger. They have done that whole kind of like 2 3.5s, which I think is definitely the right way to play Tusk and Slardar. So we're going to have some very, like, when you do this, it's so good for your early game because those first couple items are just like such a big jump. Like, it makes such a difference in your fighting. So if they can get up this mechanism now soon onto Bimbo and you have Mech and Blink on 2 of your heroes, it's pretty big in comparison to a Winter Wyvern that has just Arcane Boots and then Earth Spirit that has just nothing. He has Tranquils and won't have Blink Dagger for a long time. So the more like evenly spread net worth should favor them these early game engagements and try and get them that victory that they need. But as you said, if they can't push that advantage, then that's where they could run into some trouble.
Alright, Mushi's bot's not going to be too far off. You realize he's a little behind, just going to dip into the jungle. I'll get him in another minute or two. It's not that bad on top of a Veil.
Yeah, no, he just caught up by like 300-ish gold to the puck. Oh, actually, puck just nuked a wave up top. So, man, that is fast. That arcane rune farmed up like 4 camps. So.
Ooh, and there we go. Big smoke. The only one not in it is Sven, so we can just blink and bait her. Yeah, you can just farm, do Sven things. Seems like
They
he's...
had this ward, so I'm gonna guess they know what's happening though. Yeah.
They're gonna group up. Oh, they're doing it. Getting a snowball. Do the little triple stack. Wyvern gonna TP out. Doesn't want any part of this.
Yeah, they all got out, and now they're on top of Mushi. Well, that's disappointing. Very well read there from the Dire.
Alright, so Mushi just went for some solo pick. Now up top, Radiant gonna be going in. They get the crush. That's a big kill on Sven if they can find it. He's still god strengthed up, and they get the kill. Maybe Warlock, not the most ideal person to snap up that gold, but still very well done. That Sven has a pretty solid bounty on his head. Almost 400 gold. 2-0 and 2, and now 2-1 and 2.
I wonder if, I think they thought the rest of the Radiant were in here maybe then. If that's, because if Sven stayed, then he clearly didn't think they were moving up this way, so. Works out in favor of Mineski. Just finally bringing down Sven, at least for now. But his Blink Dagger is done. Should have a chance to rotate with his team again. All their ultimates will be ready.
Yep,
Magnetize, not exactly the most important one, I suppose, so. Cumul is going in towards the Glimmer Cape. Wasn't sure if he might go Blink. I mean, I'm sure he'll want it next, but we have seen a couple Wyverns lately just going for the Blink first when it's such a crucial stop that he needs. Like the Infest Bomb, just obviously very fast, very explosive, and now even with a Deso, skipping right over the Echo Saber this game.
Man, that is a fast Deso. I thought you just meant it was like queued up in his stash. No, he's just got the whole thing. Alright.
See if I can find anyone to actually use it on, though. Not currently anyone TPing down bottom, but this worked last time. Obviously, they all showed up on Mushi. But they can see them up here with their wards still. And, well, kind of funny, they put 2 wards in such close proximity that this sentry gets dropped, they kill one, and they're like, alright, well, can't be another ward around here, right?
Tusk. He's doing the old great bait, and there we go. Slardar pops out. Infest Bomb is a success. There is going to be the rock drop, so Radiant...
They get the hell out of dodge.
Yeah, that's okay. They just go in, find what they want, and back it up. They lose the Tusk, but it's probably not the worst trade for an Infest Bomb gone wrong.
Relatively even. No dual damage gain, so that's not too bad. Radiant will get the tower though before you can get there. I would guess now, since they did drop the rock, Ninja Boogie probably gonna have to wait until they have that before they want to try and go for Rift Play top lane.
Yep, they're going all the way in here. Lifestealer just really out of position. He's infesting into a creep. I know they're just completely leaving him to be. Yeah, they are. Okay. That was a nice infest there. Bought him a lot more time than I thought.
Yeah, that's very scary stuff. When you have no way to get rid of that silence, it's like rather terrifying as a Lifestealer. So he just had to survive that only through toggling, and he did it. So very well played. A little bit too risky to stick around just in case the rotations come through because of the tower. They'll survive, so.
Our Legion Commander, we got to talk a little bit about her because she's got her blink already. Looks like she's shaping up into her armlet. She'll have it very soon, but we're 20 minutes in and there has not been a single duel.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
That's just such a big source of what makes her a good hero, is that she can snowball completely crazy out of control, but she's got to be working with her team, got to be fighting those duels, and well, it looks like that's what they're going to be up to here.
Mushi? Alright, he must have missed microed or something.
I guess he did, because that was,
Yeah, he literally just walked right back into them.
Okie doke. So there's her first duel, like we were talking about. Very impactful there. 14 duel damage going her way. And there we go. Oh, Dream Coil popped out onto the solo Warlock. He's silenced up, doesn't have his ult. He's just going to be healing himself, and the rest of his team's coming in. It looks like Puck's the one that bit off more than he can chew there. KYXY snaps up the kill, and they don't even use the Warlock. Okay.
I'm like reliving that Mushi play in my head. I think maybe he was silenced and he was trying to make it look like he was an illusion walking towards him or something.
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm sure there's something we missed, but that was a good kill for Execration to pick up.
Either way. Good for Mineski. They got the mid. They basically just traded right back evenly. Now they're on Nando.
There's going to be that heal, just making sure the open wounds don't do too much. Kick in. They are going to be able to isolate heroes left and right. Snowball, though, sucking up all the good ones. And there we go. Warlock just on the run from Earth Spirit. Those two supports taking care of each other. Now Radiant are fighting under Shrine. That's a very bold fight. Walrus punches coming out left and right, but there's going to be another duel here. There is still the Winter's Curse if they need it. This just seemed like a really unnecessarily deep Radiant fight.
Well, it was well done though, because they had to save the lifestealer because he was in trouble from the Sven, so he had to roll. Maybe he could have rolled on the Sven, you could argue, but either way, they just walk towards the shrine once the snowball starts. So they kind of they forced the Radiant to fight there. So one of the downsides of Tusk.
And now Dire, they're going to be able to take a Roche. It's going slowly but surely. Lifestealer won't respawn in time to get in there, but see, they got that war card from the Sven. Finally, some good armor going their way. And first H's should go the way of Execration.
And that is definitely something they want on the Radiant side. I mean, you have the Slardar, you have the early Deso. I'm sure that was part of the logic for it. Of course, there's also very high armor, so they're just trying to chew through this Warcry. But that one hurts, so Yule Scepter for Mushi. So he's gone, still skipping over bots, just blink first, and then right into the Yules. Needed something a little faster to deal with these silences.
Got him.
Not easy though against Earth Spirit. Like if you get silenced by Puck, then you can't just Yules. I mean you can, but more than likely you're gonna get the pull through right when you land. Or you can Remnant. Or actually wait, never mind. You can Remnant out first, I think, because it's like Chrono. Even if it's like the Remnant's right under you, you can still Remnant away, so it should be fine.
Mushi definitely has to play this one pretty safe. I mean, he actually went for a full Yules and still hasn't picked up his bots, so Ember definitely played a different game than we usually see Embers go for, shaking up the builds a little bit, and of course, what else can you expect from Mushi? Siege creep leading the way there. We do have a duel that I completely missed. Sven able to score the kill on that one. Legion Commander picks up some more damage, so from nothing to 42 in just a couple of minutes. That is a well-scaling Legion Commander. We talked about her potential to snowball, and that's exactly what's happening.
Feels like they've got a pretty good hold of this game right now on Execration. That Glimmer Cape will be out here soon. Be a very happy Wyvern. And yeah, the gank train not online. It's a tough lineup to make it work, honestly. I don't think Lifestealer and Warlock's as reliable as it used to be. Sorry, Lifestealer and Slardar. Warlock still pretty reliable, pretty good hero. But he has gone for this Midas build where we see more and more Warlocks buying these like actual fighting items, I would say. But in a game like this, it's kind of hard for him to keep up with the Slardar Lifestealer, so it's more understandable to just Midas and farm away, waiting for these tower fights. Two shot, okay.
Easy pickings there. Sven trying to go to town there. They do get the duel off onto the Slardar. They will get the duel victory. But now this Warlock ult making things a little bit difficult. Nando is still feeling good. Nice searing shade, so they drop the Dream Coil onto 2. They get the silence off on the Lifestealer. And Nando is still going to work onto Mushi. This time, though, going to be stunned up. Age is popped. Puck left to his own devices, running a little bit low on spells here. No Dream Coil for him. And they're going to go right back in onto Mushi. Nando pops the God Strength. There is going to be a silence popped out onto the Lifestealer. No Infest for the next couple of seconds. And they are able to find the kill. A reinitiation for the Earth Spirit. Ice Shards popped in from the Tusk, but it's just going to amplify the issue here as Tusk is now on the run. Pops into a snowball, but that snowball cannot save him forever. Going in onto the Tusk, dodging it out. They got the Wild Wing Ripper dishing out right-click damage, and that's going to be 4 for 1. They're going in onto this tier 2 tower. Or at least wait until the back door stops.
Well, it looked pretty good. Oh, wow. What is that? Respawn. Oh, never mind. Okay. It's just just that long of an engagement, I guess. I was gonna say Winter Wyvern did die, right? But she's back like decently quick. So
she was blasted apart in that early fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. He got the 2-shot right at the very beginning. So that does happen, but yeah, I mean, it looked good to start off. I thought maybe if the Warlock Golem's a little faster, they can save Slider during that duel, and he gets that crush off, could have been better. But obviously very difficult to keep up again from Ninja Boogie here. So good fight with the Aegis there from our dire side. Execration continued to hold. There's a lead here. Mushi will escape up top, and now this is where it kind of moves more towards his game rather than the Lifestealers, I would say. Like, currently, Lifestealers ahead on the net worth, but Mushi, once he gets in those bots, he's definitely going to be the one that tries to make this map work.
I mean, talking about ahead on net worth, this Sven is having an easy game.
Yeah, he's played very well. This is the classic Sven that we don't get to see too much, where you actually get to farm all the camps, get all the space, and he's also got 7 kills on top. It's not just all the neutrals this time.
Yeah, he had a really successful lane. Definitely wasn't punished as heavily as he should have been. Of course, against a Tusk, there's only so much you can ask, but it's just so important to keep a Sven locked down, or late game, you're just going to run into a world of hurt. Now, Silence comes in. It's not going to last all too long. There is going to be Mules up to buy himself some time, but they get another Silence off. The Dream Coil's there. The duel to follow up. That's going to be 70 duel damage now on the Legion Commander, and all of a sudden, she is hitting significantly harder than she was before. Nando smoked up, going to rejoin with his team instead of trying to YOLO initiate onto all of the Radiant here.
I don't know, Annie.
I don't know, Trent.
There's not much you can do in this game.
I mean, it's just...
You just rat and hope for the best.
Yeah. It seemed like Execration just got everything they wanted to out of the laning phase.
Oh, what a blink. Did you see that mid? Holy. A bang, AU just found a bang in the trees, and he just like immediately blinked away. It was very scary. But yeah, maybe the more important thing that tier 3, one could argue.
My! Nando just no F's given. He's diving past tier 3s, almost gets a completely easy kill. And he's going to be dealing with everyone piling onto him. There is going to be a Winter's Curse. There's an ult dropped out from the Warlock as well. BKB from Nando. They're going up for the duel, and they just blow up KYXY like it's nothing. They take out the Tusk as well. Slardar falls. The racks are starting to melt, and Mushi, he's just walking himself into the fight. KYXY is going to be buying himself back in, and they will be able to go potentially find the Legion Commander here. He's burning, and yeah, reinitiation, but Sven wants to jump back in. Getting a dieback onto the Lifestealer would be great, but they'll settle for a kill on Mushi. They sure will. It's fresh out of mana. Nice blink in from AU, buying some time. Ninja Boogie's still super low. KYXY goes in. Nice kick from the Earth Spirit. Finishes off the Warlock, who's channeling Upheaval on the back lines.
Damn, that was pretty good. All right.
All in all,
well,
really nice fight. They force out a couple of buybacks. They're just sitting real comfortable. Execration feel like they're in complete control of the game. Looking at the net worth, it's just dropping off in their favor.
Yep, no major losses there, just Legion. Not a big deal when you're going to get tier 3 at 30 minutes, so probably going to wait for the next Roche before they want to commit to another lane in terms of tier 3s, or of course just finishing off the racks, which would be ideal. Other big items, the Chrysalis into at least currently queued up Daedalus. Still a lot of value, I would say, in the Orchid if you want to go for that. Just because of both the Lifestealer and the Slider, I think are fine targets to Orchid, but we'll see if he goes Bloodthorn or just that nicely buffed Daedalus, of course.
I want to see people feeding each other Hyperstones. I have not seen that yet in a pro game aside from one Alchemist.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we just had the one Moonshard game, that was it. Mushi, oh, he just blinked it. Ooh, okay, whew. Didn't catch him this time.
That guy lives life on the edge, I tell you what. All that took was like an ultra fast puck reaction and he would have been donezo.
Alright, well, he's out of there, so this tower, probably not long for existence.
Oh, it's our boy. He's going to Dag and Puck.
Yeah, Blink Veil. Already has the Yules, why not? Stack him up.
There we go. Easy tier 2 tower finished off. Now it's only tier 3s left in the game. Shrines are still vulnerable. Looks like they're just going to rotate and take this one out. Roche, going to be a little bit of a longer respawn time, but will be scattered out by Stampy. Sitting there, very patient. Got nothing else to do with his time.
That's again, just pretty much the closer for them, honestly. Don't really need much else this game.
Legion Commander, I mean, she just blossomed into this game. She was having a really tough off lane, had no damage at like 25 minutes, and then all of a sudden she's sitting here with a BKB, Blink, 1,000 more gold to work with, so she's going to be bringing a lot to these later team fights.
Yeah, she is great teammates to help out with that, and that might be another duel if I get here in time.
They don't even need to wait for it. Tusk just kind of blew his load on that neutral camp and then had nothing to deal with the Dire, so maybe not what you want to be doing when you're on the Dire side of the map with no vision.
But yeah, it's just like that reach of Puck and Earth Spirit is so nice when you're a Legion Commander. I mean, you even have a core that buys Blink and has a stun, so there's so many people that if anyone's out of position, they can be held in place for you to get there as well.
Yeah, I mean, the really good thing about Legion in this draft is even if she was crippled, like even if Legion had no dual damage right now, the Sven is still absolutely doing his part, and the Puck really coming online as well, so it's not like Dire were going to be significantly stunted late game.
Press the attack's definitely her best ability this game.
Yeah.
To deal with the slow and the corrosive phase.
There we go. There's going to be the Warlock ult drop. They've got the Puck isolated, the Winter's Curse to hold everyone back, and Lifestealer taking a little bit of damage. There's going to be Rampo just going around, killing everyone. We got duels left and right. Legion Commander snaps up another one. Lifestealer Slardar dead without buyback. Raging Potato soon to follow suit. He's getting low. He's getting back to the low ground, and they're just going to take their time, finish off Mushi. The Sigil. It's following them. They're going to get that Sigil. No, it goes away. No, it's coming back. All right, roll back in. It's going to be just a very dangerous game, although Tusk doing a lot of work. Mushi comes in and just destroys them. 4 heroes dead. They're looking at 5. Legion Commander can't get out. Her Blink keeps getting canceled. My goodness. Mushi just definitely saved this game for his team, unless, of course, he does die back right now. That would be really unfortunate, but wow. That was a good use of Remnants, I tell you what.
Yes, I need to see how much damage I just did.
Did he Veil before that, or?
I think there was a Veil and a Fatal Bonds.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what it was.
That was a lot of damage. My goodness.
Yeah, but like 5,000 from him basically, and 2,800 from the Warlock, so good work in tandem, of course. Always want your AoE damage with your Warlock. Good example right there.
Well, this is
and
definitely...
that's actually an Aghanims for Warlock now.
Oh,
and Roche. You know what? They might have done it. They might have saved this game.
They definitely prolonged it. That was probably the best hold they could ever ask for. However, Shrines are still up, and the Dire are able to TP in, so this could get dangerous. There's going to be a nice Magnetize popped out. The Earth Spirit may give his life for this. The chains connect onto Nando, so we can't immediately follow up. Everyone gets a chance to run away. The Blink's still on cooldown for the Sven, so he can't get any pickoffs for this, but they will have to leave the Roche behind.
Mushi just saved like 3 teammates too with that chain. They were all about to die.
Yeah, Mushi's had his highs and lows this game, but he's really bringing it up now.
Is that a triple tome purchase?
The
levels.
Yeah.
They all just spammed out from that Slardar. Of course, we can't check anymore, guys. Sorry. Back in the day, you'll check smokes and wards and tomes. But they're going to the Roche. But I mean, yes, they save the high ground, but all those same things still remain. It's very difficult for them to deal all their damage. They really do need those miraculous Fatal Bonds and then the heavy magic damage to try and do something about this Dire side team, because right now Warcry and even just the Cold Embrace is reducing the value of this physical damage so much. The AC, all of it combined. Very tough game.
Right.
Smoke up.
Yeah, Dire looking to just close this out, realizing that, all right, maybe the Ember Spirit is a problem. He doesn't have buyback anymore, as he did have the clutchest buyback I've seen in a while to save that last push. But all they got to do is take him out one more time, and there's really nothing left in the tank for Mineski. Sven just working on this tower, chewing on these racks, and so far no one can really do much against him. He just takes out that racks like a neutral creep, and he's going to get healed up.
Oh no.
Puck goes in, Dream Coils onto nothing. This is a really dangerous play for the Puck, getting Walrus punched up. Kimmel gonna do what he can, and
not the courier.
Okay.
At the point booster. Oh, he got it. Yes. All right, we might still get Tuskags.
Nando is in some trouble. Meanwhile, there is going to be a nice Warlock ult connecting onto 3. Mushi's doing it again, dropping the remnants down. Nando super, super low. They punch him up. They burn his Aegis. And Mushi, he's still on the hunt as mana's starting to run a little bit low. Warlock channeling upheaval here, trying to keep the Sven in place, and they should be able to finish him off again. Sven is dead for 100 seconds with no buyback.
But Annie, what's truly important is we have Tuskagonims.
Walrus kick.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Now you'll see. You'll
I
see
know
the value
it's good.
of the
I
walrus
just don't
kick.
like it. It's not worth 4,200 gold.
They actually buffed this so many times since it came out. It's crazy. It's
still not
1,400
good.
distance. That's really far. And 40% move slow. That's very slow for a Sven. It's kite ability, Annie.
Okay, you know, if Walrus Kick wins them this game, I will buy you a BZZ Pugna, Trent.
It's hell yeah. 350 damage. That's decent. They need all the magic damage they can get.
So that's true. Sven's BKB is definitely wearing low.
Well, they did lose the mid rack, so it's kind of one of those Pyrrhic victory scenarios. But they should know Sven doesn't have buyback. He did buyback for that little Roche engagement.
She's
I'm
setting
not
up
sure
a
how much they can do.
hiding in the trees if he needs to hop back, if he gets scared in this fight. So this is really tense. Very similar to what we saw last game, but kind of on opposite sides where, you know, one team's ahead for most of it and then they just can't quite finish off all the racks that they need to close it out. And suddenly the other team crawls back into it. It looks scary, and see how this one's going to end, if it's going to follow the same trajectory as game one or if it's going to be a 1-1 series.
Yeah, that is. I would say that they have a bigger lead this game on the Dire side, but the difference, I guess maybe that's not necessarily true. What it comes down to in the end is just how God Strength works, because there's not many cores that have that like crazy long cooldown in terms of like sieging and stuff like that. I guess Ursa was kind of similar in some ways, but you know, you're just this like one-shot kind of a core. So like you jump in, you blow up the buildings, and then you like die. Then you come back and you jump in, you blow up the buildings, and you die. And then when it comes down bottom, he's probably gonna jump in, blow up the buildings, and die. But you'll have megas, so it's kind of fine. You just become this big focal point, and once your stun's over, and you just get kited around, not really much you can do. But now we're into the Mjolnir, more magic damage stacked up. Dire are retreating a bit here.
I mean, Dire, they gotta play this one safe. They realize what happens when they suddenly feed Ember Spirit like 4 kills, and that makes things a little more difficult. Mushi is actually still rocking the brown boots. Still not thinking about an upgrade there, but does go for the full Mjolnir since the last time we saw him.
And I don't know. I guess it's just on our Warlock. Hide himself in the trees.
Tusk, he's pinging. Sure would like to just initiate with the YOLOest snowball ever, but 5 Dire heroes can probably take him, I feel. Either way, Execration, they're trying to play this one so safe, but I mean, what's their ideal jump? How do they get this started?
Well, they have a little bit of a pretty tough one, honestly. They would love a pick-off, of course, but like just walking high ground, they don't have the best immediate siege. You don't want to burn your BKB, of course. You don't want to just like pop your God Strength. It has to be that right moment, so that usually means they need like Aegis or something like that, so they might just have to wait for the next one.
I mean, just to restate, this is like a super tense game. This is the last set of racks. Radiant have to hold this or it gets infinitely tougher for them. Ember Spirit's pretty okay at clearing mega creeps, but he's got to be focusing elsewhere. He's got to be focusing on split pushing and actually getting Radiant back into this if they have a chance at this series. So.
Yeah, they're pretty comfortable, I would say, just to keep farming and get next bigger items. Satanic would really help him on Nando, so just eyeing up in towards that slowly. The support cast, look at some big items. The Aether Lens, very handy. A little bit of a budget blink here in some ways just to help out with his Force Staff. Make sure he can get off that perfect Winter's Curse when required. the refresher, the next looking item here for Legion. We'll see if he finishes that out or something else, but handy with the BKB, and then of course the duel.
Absolutely. Also, good press the attack, because that's pretty much what Legion's contributing these days, which is it's great. Keep the Sven alive, you got this.
Yeah, that actually might allow them to siege. I wasn't even thinking about that, but they could theoretically siege a little bit with it. They could, like, poke if they want to with the high ground, but maybe just too worried about the reach of Mushi as well as the Warlock Golems.
Alright, Execration. Looks like they are grouping up. They are going to be ready to go and start prodding away at this final set of racks. It's just so tense to find the right initiation now here with Mushi all the way up in the top lane. This might be their time to strike. Sure, he can just Remnant back in pretty easily, but this is at least going to buy them a little bit of time. Waiting, not showing themselves just yet.
Well, at least to them, but that ward certainly helping.
Yeah.
And they're going to buy out the Octarine Core or not? Looks like not. He has enough gold on Rampo, but not enough for Octarine Core and buyback. Relatively close, though.
Yeah, I think at this point you need buybacks, realizing what can happen with a couple of neat remnants and a Warlock ult. There we go, Sven, he's going into the towers. There's the kick, separating Sven from the herd. Sven is still a big tanky boy. Raging Potato going to be going in on his own. He's going to be held back. The duel comes in. Tusk going to be picked off. Nando's still completely fine after that Walrus kick, Trent. Now they're going to be moving in. It looks like the Radiant are starting to lose their grip on this game. Buybacks coming in if they got him, but KYXY now isolated all by himself. Mushi's going to be jumping in, though. The Chain's doing a lot of work. The Rack's starting to fall. Sven, though, he's still alive. He still wants to work on this. The Fortify's going to end, but the backdoor protection's there. Nando, please back off, sir. Nando, you're alone, sir.
That was a nice bait by Mushi. He held that Searing Chains for so long, making Sven think he was going to get that. But not like he would have got it anyway. So, Annie, how about that Walrus kick?
It didn't do much. Sven actually just got brought deeper into the fight, killed like 3 people, and was still at full health.
All right. Annie, that's unacceptable.
Trent, I know you like Walrus kick, but
did you see that? He literally gets brought in here to all these heroes, and they're out fighting like no, there's like a Warlock.
Legion won a duel over here,
Warlock?
killed the Tusk. Sven was completely fine over here, lived through the entire thing.
No, but he had to use his entire BKB early at an inopportune time.
All right,
as well
yeah,
as his God Strength was wasted.
I'm not saying it was like a poor use of the Walrus kick. I'm just saying Walrus kick in general is not,
A prize.
you know, all right.
Sweet summer child. Sweet summer child, Annie.
I don't know if it's enough to save this game, Trent.
Oh, well, I mean, I can't guarantee that, but it was pretty damn close.
It was a good
one
way
of the
to split
better
off the
uses
Sven
of it
from
I've
the
ever
herd.
seen.
It could have been a lot worse if the Walrus kick didn't come in, I admit, but I don't know if it's going to be the savior.
Well, it'll hold the buildings for now, and as you were saying, that was melee racks, so slowly regenning here, taking away what they had actually gained through all those deaths.
Can we
But,
cinematic the melee racks? We can. Let's watch them regen as everyone farms.
That with this little kind of weird.
Hope you guys are
And, like,
having a great
scenes.
cast. All right. Anyway, back up to actual action here. Just picking off some illusions, keeping control of the map, but it feels like every time Execration, they just keep walking into fights and not getting much done, and you can see the net worth has really stagnated for the last 15, 20 minutes.
The buyback's always just like, it's like they get all this gold on the Radiant from these kills, but it's always with the penalty, because they're always getting the kills after buyback. Like, that's the thing about all those changes, right? Because we had that awful patch where comebacks were so common and everything, but that humongous reduction on gold just makes it a lot less feasible. I think in a good way, too, because it was just, like, a couple patches ago, they would have lost in the dive, like, 3 times now. Because you go high ground, you get wiped. Even after buybacks, that was always the worst shit ever. You guys can all thank Storm Spirit for the fact that we have that giant reduction, because I'm pretty sure that was just a Storm Spirit nerf. Because he would just buy back and zip into the fight and get all this gold, and then you would lose.
Oh,
God, that was
don't
actually
leave
the
the
worst.
pit. You're so close. You're like 10 seconds away, Wyvern. Stay. Be the neutral creep that you need. All right. That's really unfortunate. But may allow Dire to go in for some kills here, which could be
he's
a nice.
Oh, oh, he's back. Oh,
Sven, meanwhile, he's hungry. He's hunting. Gonna go in BKB up. KYXY, though, gonna be running away. And now Sven's BKB down for the next minute. This is a great time for them to back off to Roche. Do Radiant actually leave the base here? Do they go try to contest this?
I assume they won't, because I don't think they can get there in time with how fast they're going to do it. They should know they were there. They have this ward vision. They'll probably just push the wave as much as possible and, again, just try and deal with it. Hopefully Sven gets it. Yeah, I think that's actually
Yes, sir.
good for the Radiant.
Legion take cheese.
What's that?
Legion takes the cheese up.
Yeah, I would almost rather Sven have the cheese, because he has the Satanic and he has God Strength.
They got the silence off. Can they keep him stunned up? He's going to be able to go and Remnant back. That could have been game winning if they killed off Mushi right there. He still doesn't have buyback.
Yeah, that actually would have been very bad. But, because now Nando's just going to go high ground. I guess the way they can play it is Nando goes high ground and he does not use BKB or God Strength, and they just keep pressing attacking him and use that as an attack speed boost. And then once he dies of the Aegis, then he transforms with God Strength and uses everything, right? But if you have the cheese, you can think of it the other way, where it's just like you just go in and you're just doing all your stuff. You're satanicking, you're doing everything, and you're just trying not to get chain stunned to death while always being in God Strength and having BKB and Warcry and stuff.
Oh, dude,
so.
Puck got it. Puck got the speedy boost. It's so fast.
Oh, excellent.
It's so much orb. Let's just watch Rampo here. Got to scroll all the way out to see this whole thing. Come on, Rampo. You got this. Alright, Sven held in place, but of course press the attack. Gonna make sure those chains don't burn too hard. And there we go. Mushi coming back in. Look at that orb. It's so much. Golem's dropped out. Nice Winner's Curse just temporarily holding back the Tusk, but they're going to go ahead and lose their Winter Wyvern. Nando, he's got the Aegis here, but he's got to be careful. Pop the Satanic before he goes down, doing a fair amount of damage. Legion Commander doesn't find the duel she's looking for, but still going to be pressing forward. Slardar loses his life. There's going to be another ult popped out.
Oh my god, they're so kited.
They are pretty gosh darn kited. Walrus kick back, but look at that. Just bringing Sven closer into ya. He's going to be focused down now, still as the Aegis as Puck goes and just daggons Ember Spirit right in the belly. He's got no buyback. This could be it. Kick forward, and well, what do you know? The last set of racks are going to be going down. We are moments away from a GG. It's mega creeps. It's not looking good right now for Mineski. Everyone in the fountain with no buyback, and after a long 50-minute series, it seems like we are at the GG trend. It's going to be a 1-1 series. Execration and Mineski splitting the difference.
Alright, that was not the kick. Yeah, no, that was very well played by Mineski, honestly, in terms of holding on to that one. This was a pretty good game overall between both teams. Like, I feel like we had some, as you were saying, I think ups and downs between both squads, but good for Execration. Like, this is a serious amount of stand-ins in terms of like a new squad. Obviously, there's a lot of roster stuff happening in SEA right now, so all these guys are vying for spots, either on this team or on another one. Very important that you play well right now for any of these players. So, impressive stuff, and I believe we have another series like ready to go right now.
I believe they actually started the lobby, so I don't know if we can get in that one. I think they started without us, but